Had a lot of fun with this week with many great students. Let's look at some triads. Triads are a chord. When we learn the guitar, we're taught things like hold your hand like this, play that, that's a G chord. Then we learn that this is the F chord that everybody, including me, struggles with. And then we learn C chord. And all these chords have one thing in common. A lot of open strings, sometimes, and 6 strings, 5 or more, sometimes just 4. But the point being, we learn that chords exist right here on our guitar, and we strum down on our guitar and we listen, and that's what it sounds like. So when someone ventures up the neck on the guitar, this becomes mystery land, and we sometimes lose sight of what a chord actually is. So a chord has 3 notes in it. I'm going to debunk this today on the G chord, my favorite chord. There's a G chord with 6 strings. I'm doing the 6-string, 4-finger G. There it is, everybody. So let's look at something. We need a root note, a 3rd tone, and a 5th tone to make a chord. So what are these tones? I hope by this point you know the major scale. If not, check the description of this video and watch the major scale video, and it's going to give you a greater understanding of the major scale. Now, I'm going to use the major scale to determine the notes in a G chord. I know that a chord only has to have 3 notes, a root, a 3rd, and a 5th. So watch this. G is my root. 3rd finger, big fat E string. That's my G note. Now, that's the root. A G chord better have a G in it. That's pretty laughable. So we need a 3rd tone. I'm going to play the major scale. And it's not even about the pattern. Let's just listen. Let's use our ear today. Let's just listen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got that pattern. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's my 3rd tone. So let's look at what I've got so far. I've got a G note, 3rd fret, E string. I've got my 3rd tone, we just counted up to 3. I've got a B, so that's an A string. That's a B flat or A sharp, that's B. Bam. So, G, B, we need one more tone to make this chord a chord. Now, it's our 5th tone, number 5. So let's do this. 1, 2, there's my 3, here's my 4, here's 5. I'm on the 5th fret of the A string. That is a D for reference. Not a D chord, that's a D note. A note, it's just one sound by itself. So now, I've got 1, 3, 5. Here's a valuable lesson. An arpeggio is when you pick a chord and you dissect it like that. That's it. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Or we go 1, 5, 3, 1. That is a 3-note arpeggio. Come up with any pattern you would like. Now, what happens when we play a 1 and a 3 and a 5 at the same time? Well, that, my friends, is a chord. So let's look at the first 3 strings in our guitar. We have our G, we have our B, and our 5th tone was a D. We have a D string, which is the next string down in our favor. Look at that. So when you put these 2 fingers, or these 2 for that matter, it does not matter. That's a chord right there. We got a 1, we got a 3, and a 5. So that's a G chord. So when we strum the remaining 3 strings, I've got another G, and I've got a D, and I've got a G. And some people omit the B string, the B note, the D note right there, and they let that B string ring open. Hey, that B is an octave over this B. So there's so much good to take from this. The G chord that we learned in the first couple days on the guitar consists of 3 notes, and we're hearing 2 G's, got 3 G notes in this chord, and I've got 2 B notes, depending upon if I lift off this finger or not. So a chord, my friends, I wanted to put this in your head that a chord is 3 notes. So in lesson number 2, I'm going to show you a really cool thing that you can apply right now to your playing and make really cool music over a rhythm track. I will see you all in the next lesson.